I found out the rules were bigger than me, and I got cut from the basketball team. Made an example of. So he wanted me to quit, and I told him I would not quit, but he would have to do the work, and so he cut me at Christmas holiday. So that turned out to be very traumatic in my life. And when I look back on it, it was the most important, best day and worst day of my life. And the worst day was I got cut from the basketball team. Since I was in the 3rd grade, my identity was I was a basketball player. And I was a good basketball player. And years later, I made it in the Hall of Fame in Indiana, basketball. But that particular day, what was my identity since I was 9 years old was taken away from me. And when I cleaned out the locker room, there was nobody on campus. I felt so alone. I cleaned out my locker. I went and sat on this big rock outside the gymnasium. And I sat there for 3 hours and I cried. And it devastated me. And I thought my world was absolutely, and it was collapsing at that time. And when I kind of dried my tears and I walked back, I said, I will never, ever, ever, ever allow my identity to be what I do. Ron Laker is not going to be defined ever again by what I do. And that was advice I would share with anybody. You are who you are, I am who I am, and what I do is what I choose to do. It does not define who I am. So if it ever gets taken away from you, if you ever choose to leave it, you ever try to walk away, something unforeseen happens in your life, there's no association to it. And that was very poignant for me.